Alright, so we kind of did a little bit of this before, but I wanted to kind of show you guys the training for.
Welcome to the Android mobile app walkthrough. I'm going to be taking you through things today, and we're going to start off by going through the dashboard. So this is what you're going to see when you open up the mobile app on your Android. It may look a little different depending on permissions or employee settings, and then just different based on the information. So at the top, you'll see here we have a needs attention section. Mine says 55. Hopefully you don't have that many, but when you click in here, you'll be able to see all of the unscheduled jobs we have. So we've created these, but they have not yet been assigned to a time or date. And the other ones that we're going to be seeing are the ones that have invoices sent out, but we have not yet taken payment on those. So it's just the due amounts on the left side you can see. All right. And underneath, we can just clock in and clock out. If you have time tracking, just by clicking once, you just tap and untap to clock in and out. To the right of that, you'll be able to see your time card for the week. Just by clicking in, you'll see the date, and see it goes back a couple weeks. Yeah, and it shows you all the time in and out that you've clocked and how many hours. All right, and underneath that, you'll see any open work that you do have, any that are in progress that you've clicked start, on my way, and you just have not clicked finished or take payment. Those will appear there. We don't have any on mine right now though. And then underneath, you'll see the upcoming jobs. This is, of course, the next job you have on your calendar. Underneath there, depending on your access level, admin owners will be able to see the health check and the invoice estimate job reports. Keep in mind, these will not mirror what you see on the web portal dashboard, as this is not going to include your all-time invoices. It's going to be about the past 5 or 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so this will be a little different. You can see we are on the dashboard by looking at the bottom where it says dashboard, but we're going to go to the next icon, which is that little calendar for our schedule. When we pull up the schedule, we're immediately on the timeline. But if you click through, you can see all of these are invoices. However, you can see at the top, this one in blue, service call diagnose a problem for Jack Donaghy at 10:30 a.m. When that's in blue, that means that this is an estimate. Underneath that, you'll see Team Lunch with a little calendar icon. That's showing that that is an event. Anything else is going to be an invoice. If things have been completed, you can see that we have the amount due to the left in red. If you click over here, you can look at the day view or 3-day. And then if you click the funnel, you can choose to show the entire company if you're an admin owner or not. And that's only going to be available on the day and 3-day view. You can see here. All right. And if you just get too far ahead in your calendar, you can just click this icon up here, the little calendar, and it takes you right back to today. All right. The next icon at the bottom you're going to see is this little messages one. You can see any customer messages that you have or employee messaging. So as an employee, you're going to be able to message back and forth with other, you can see right here, with your other technicians. And then to the right of that, customer, you can see I have quite a few with my name on them because I do have the House Call Pro consumer app. But if we click in, we're going to be able to see the name, the phone number, email address, billing address, and any notes and history we have. And then by clicking plus job or plus estimate at the top, you'll be able to create one directly from this profile. And then you can also add any customers. Oops, let's bring this back down. If you need to add a customer, you can just click on this plus green circle at the bottom right here. And you can add new customer, import all contacts from your phone, or import one contact. So by doing that, you'll be able to access your address book and bring any information you need to in. Like that. And when we go back to our dashboard, we'll also be able to use that button to create a new job, invoice, estimate, or event. Now, we do typically use the terms job and invoice interchangeably within our system. However, in the mobile app, we do have invoice, which does not require scheduling out a time or date, so you don't have to schedule it. This is more for emergency services, like locksmiths who have to go on site immediately after getting a call, and they don't have time to schedule it out. They're just going to be taking payment right then and there. We do recommend sticking with job instead of invoice. It confuses the system a little bit. All right, from here, we're going to click on the 3 lines at the top left and pull out all the information we have here. So this is where you can set up your price list if you need to, or add any additional items. You can update your company logo or profile, set up your banking information if you're using our credit card processor, as well as allow credit card tipping. Any tax rates that you want to create or edit will also be right underneath there. If you want to enable your caller ID so it pulls from the customer database, you'll do so by clicking here. And then all of your tasks, if you just click in here, you'll be able to see all tasks, which ones are past due. We don't have any right now. What we have coming up, just by marking this little arrow, see which ones are completed. Or we can just view our tasks. So we've got one completed and we don't have any upcoming. All tasks will be right here. And we can just mark them off as we go through and they disappear. Right into the completed section. If you scroll down a little bit further, you can join our Facebook community, house called Pros, which I highly recommend. It's a very collaborative, fun group. So just by clicking on Facebook community here, that will take you to the page. And then if you want to ask any questions, have any support that you need, you'll click here and you can start a new conversation. Or you can find an answer yourself by clicking in a search term, and it'll pull up all of our help desk articles. All right, so I'm going to take you into a job, and we're going to let the customer know we're on our way. They will get the text message saying Abby from Abby's Home Services is en route, and if we need to call or text, we'll just do so by clicking next to Jennifer's name on the right side. We can also click the little pinpoint icon underneath there next to the address to get directions directly from the app. We can see what time this has been scheduled for, if there are any other technicians dispatched. If we do need to dispatch somebody else to this job, we'll do so by clicking that pencil icon. We'll say we're bringing Stephen Wonderman with us and click the check mark at the top. And it's been updated. We'll go ahead and start now that we're on location. And once we're getting ready to do the work, we see we need to add a repair. Maybe we need to replace a flip filter or something. We're going to go ahead and click this little edit icon. We're going to add a service, AC filter replacement. Maybe it's actually going to be a $65, oh my goodness, $65, there we go. And we'll just check it when we're done, and it adds in automatically. We'll just change this up because this was a test from before. So we'll say this is a custom. It's not falling up right now. We'll just go ahead and delete this. Yep. And we want to add one more. Custom job. And we're going to say this is 150. And check when we're done. And there we go. We can add a discount in this section here. We can choose percentage or dollar amount. You can see the tax has already been included. And then check mark when we're done. And everything's updated. You can scroll down to add any job tags. Maybe this is a residential customer. We want to add in that this came to us through Yelp. You can create new ones as well by clicking on that pencil icon. If you want to add any notes specific to this job, you'll do so in that notes section, or any photos or PDFs, you can add that right there at the bottom by clicking that plus sign. Once we have finished, we will mark finish, and you can see it's been done. We can get approval to show that we completed the work. After work is complete, Jennifer is going to sign, and done. If you want to send the invoice off, you can click send, enter in any information. You can edit this if you need to, and then send. And you can see now it says status sign off has been sent. But if you're going to take payment in person, you'll click on this pay icon here. you'll have the option to add in a partial amount, or you can just take the full, and you can see I've got a little message up here. And then the payment note, you can add in here if you have a check you're going to take. We recommend putting the check number in here and then clicking the arrow. You'll select credit card if you are using our credit card processor. Any other credit card processor, you will select other. But we're going to go ahead and say we're taking a check and confirm, and we'll get a little confirmation right there. And we can X out, and everything's been completed on this. You can always resend or get another approval for something else, but everything will be good to go from here. All right. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to click on the support section here and chat in, and our team will take care of you right away. Thank you so much.
I know some of you guys have already seen this part, this one before, but I wanted to make sure now that we're getting a lot closer, they got all of our information in to all of our invoices and everything are in finally. The pictures are still working on, but I'm fine with that because as long as we have them, I'm okay. Let me get to the next one. I get out of this one, and here's the next one.
Do we have Stephen Wonderman in our prayer?
Nothing to know of. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name's Michael. I'm with the customer success team here at House Call Pro. And today we're going to go over the mobile app webinar for techs in the field. We have a more detailed version of the mobile app webinar for owner-operators. If you're looking to see how to schedule a job, add price list items, basically run your entire business through the mobile app, you're going to want to check out the full walkthrough. So again, this is just for field techs in the field. So the first thing that you guys are going to see is the name of the business right up here, Mike's Home Services. Needs attention. This is where you're going to be able to clock in and out. And depending on the permissions you have, will depend on what you can see on your home screen. So the needs attention is going to be all open jobs. Let's say that these jobs have not been scheduled. To clock in and out, you just tap right here, and that's going to start tracking your time. Okay? Any open work will be right here, and any upcoming jobs, this is going to be the next job that I have available on my calendar, is right here. Now again, depending on what permissions you have, you'll see dashboards. If not, you're just going to see the next available job that you have. Okay? So what I'm going to do is go down here to my schedule. If I click schedule, I'm going to have different view options here. Okay, this is my timeline view. It's a calendar view, and any dot underneath the date will have a specific job for me. Okay, so this is showing that I have a job on the 27th, 28th, 29th. I do not have a job on August 1st because there's no dot. If I click these three lines right here, this is going to allow me to change my view option. I have a day view option, or I have a 3-day option. Okay, depending on what you want to see. I actually prefer the timeline view. So let's say that it's Wednesday, August 2nd, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this job because that's the next job that I have on my calendar. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what this view looks like. We're going to have different options here. We're going to have on my way, start, and finish. We'll get to that in just a minute. Then we have our customer information. We have a visual of where we're going to go. Okay, so this job, Donald Duck that lives at Disneyland Drive, apparently lives in the middle of a freeway, so we have to be very careful with this job. I can view customer history. I know that I've already done a job for Donald Duck. This is a list of my schedule, Wednesday, August 2nd from 9 to 10, and tells me when I need to arrive and who it's dispatched to. Here is the line items. This is the job that I'm going to be doing, a carpet cleaning for any 3 areas. If there was any specific notes for me or photos, they would be located right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is scroll back up to the top and click On My Way, this button right here. When I do that, it's going to send a text message to my customer saying Mike's store from Mike's Home Services is en route. He should be there between this time and this time. Okay? Now what's nice is I don't have to leave the app, I don't have to look up the directions or type in the address, because I can just click the address right here. It's going to bring me to my customer profile. I click the address one more time, and that's going to bring me to Google Maps. Okay? So this is going to give me the fastest way possible with step-by-step directions. Really easy and convenient. After I do that, I'm going to click to the left button. So when I get to the house, the first thing I'm going to do is click Start. Now what happens when I click Start Job? That basically means we're going to timestamp when we started the job. Okay? I'm at the Donald Duck's house, hopefully not right there on the freeway, and then I can go down to line items. Let's say we get there and we're like, oh man, it wasn't 3 areas, it was 4 areas. No worries. Depending on the permissions that you have, you're going to be able to edit this job right here. We just click that pencil button. We go in here to carpet cleaning. We can change this to any 3 areas. Change that to any 4 areas. We can change the price while we're at it as well. Click Update. Click Done. And we're good to go. But I want to make sure that I'm covering myself, right? Because this job that said 3 areas, now when I leave it said 4 areas and the price was up. So we can go up here to the left and have our customer approve it right there. They can approve before the work starts. So we want to make sure that we can have our customers sign off right there that, okay, we approved that we changed it from 3 rooms to 4. Okay? If you want to take any pictures of your work, you could just click the plus and go ahead and attach a photo. You can put in specific notes yourself as well. Okay? So we go ahead and we do our work, and now we can have the customer approve again after the work is complete. Yes, I liked your work. I love your work. I'm going to leave you a great review. And we can click Finish Job. Now, if you take payment in the field, you can do so right here. We can click that Pay button, okay? And this is going to allow you to change the amount. If you're only taking a deposit, it's completely up to you. And then payment note would be something like a check number. Or if you're using your own credit card processor, this is where you want to make a note using our own credit card processor. Go ahead and click Next. These are the options we have. We have credit card, cash, check, or other. Now, other would be if you're using your own credit card processor. What's nice if you use our credit card processor is if we click credit card, it's going to allow you to click this camera icon. It's not going to take a picture. It's going to scan the credit card and just pull up those numbers so you don't have to type anything in. You just have to type in the expiration, security code, and zip. But that long number, you don't have to worry about it. So for this case, let's say we're going to go ahead and take a check. And we're going to get that green screen of approval. Perfect. And from here, I can click the invoice button right here. This is going to allow me to view the invoice of the job that I just did. It's going to show paid. It has their signature right there. And I can just click send on top and email this to my customer, and they have their receipt right there. Super easy, really convenient. Everything's there for them. You click details. Now, if you don't take payment in the field, no problem. You could still send the invoice via email, and you can give them the option to pay online if you want it. It's as easy as that. Or you can just click finish, and you can send the invoice back when you're back at the office. It's completely up to you and how you guys are going to run your business, but that's basically it. The app is super easy to use. If I go back here, I can just go to my calendar again and click the next job. Okay? So again, if you want a more detailed walkthrough of the mobile app, check out the full walkthrough version. Thanks for using House Call Pro, guys. We will talk to you soon.
Okay, so we are going to be using their credit card processor. They're giving us these little readers that that come with it, and you basically, you know, have some of the chips that you can actually tap the card. Like when you go to certain places, it'll have that option. It'll have put the chip in the little reader, or you can swipe it. It has all three ways. So it's a little square deal. They give you a lanyard that it goes on. So basically, and it does not attach to your iPad. There's nothing, little pins that you can break off. It's basically Bluetooth's automatically to your device. If you're within in a certain distance of it, it's going to use your device and it's going to accept that, and that's how it's going to put your credit card number up there. So it's a really cool device. It's going to actually save us a little bit of money if we use those readers. If you don't use the readers, we get charged more. So don't lose the readers, because they cost us $50 a pop. We get the first ones for free, but if we lose them, they cost us $50. So it's just letting you guys know how that's going to be. But they're really cool little square. They're like 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, just enough to get your card in there. It's a pretty cool little deal. This is the card reader setup that you guys are going to need to kind of see, but it's actually very, very simple. So when you get the card readers, basically they have to be charged, because they obviously have like a little battery on them, but they last a long time. I think they said it's like, I don't know, 600 hours, something crazy. I mean, it's a lot of use. So anyway, so basically, do not connect your reader through your phone's Bluetooth settings because basically you press the power button, turn it on the reader. You'll see a steady red light showing the reader is powering on. You just tap the pay button on the invoice detail page, select credit card as payment, tap the use card reader button, and the system will immediately begin to search for the card reader and automatically pair. So technology has gone a long way, so you don't have to worry about pairing it and all that other garbage that a lot of things have to do. So that's pretty much what's going to happen. Again, do not connect the card reader through the phone's Bluetooth. Just kind of reiterating that. It's going to just kind of give you the information right on the app. We don't do tipping, so that doesn't matter. It's just going to tell you when to remove the card and all of that. So it's a pretty nice little system. And then it's going to tell you when it's paid. So it's simple. Okay. They told me they're trying to keep it simple and make it easy for us. So that's what it's all about. But it sounds like, compared to a lot of other devices, back when we first started using iPads as Service Titan, we had this little thing that the card reader had a pin and it went into the side and you had to read it and they broke off and you lose them and everything else. So just with all of the people that have been using this over the years that these guys have been doing this, they found that these are the best new high-tech deals that work better. So any questions on the House Call Pro? So you guys now, I had sent you guys all an email before on your emails that had the link for this. You guys, some of you guys I know kind of went on and got that on your phone. We want to put those on your iPhones, on the app, the House Call Pro. And then your logins and everything is what I sent you before, which I can always resend you. We're not starting them quite today, but we will be starting them really soon. I'm just basically waiting on a couple more things. The credit card readers have to come in, obviously, that's a big part of it. And there's a little more details that we want to make sure is done before we start it live. So we're going to have both systems for probably till the end of this month, and then Service Titan will be gone, and we will be for sure probably before the end of the month, maybe even next week, starting House Call Pro. Okay? All right. You have anything, Kevin? Cool. That's all I got, guys.